All right, welcome back, crime fighters, and Happy New Year, the first edition of Calhoun County's Most Wanted for 2019. I'm Chris Wright, along with Calhoun County Sheriff Matthew Wade. Happy New Year, Sheriff.
Happy New Year. You know, I don't know how many times you have, but a couple of times I've still wrote 18 on something. I've
written one check so far this year, and I put 2018 on it.
You know, it takes a little while to get used to, but it's hard to believe we're in 2019, but looking forward to good things happening.
Yeah, and of course, we know that some bad things will happen as well, and that's why we have to have this show to keep the communication going with the community.
Absolutely, and you know, crime doesn't take a holiday, unfortunately. But,
yeah. We've got one in particular that we want some help with this evening.
We do. Somebody had their vehicle broken into, and it was a little grainy on there, but they had a camera in their car. And this picture of this guy right here, he was wearing a Cabela's hoodie and it looks like a Washington baseball hat. Smashed the window out of a vehicle a couple of nights ago and stole a camera. And that camera was a pretty expensive one, and we're looking to try to identify who this is so we can put him where he belongs, and that's in jail.
All right, and we appreciate any help with that. We'll have some more folks that we want your help finding, and some more crimes that we need your help solving in just a little bit. Right now, let's say thank you for the help that we received recently.
Absolutely, y'all have never let us down. We have 8 arrests this week, bringing our count up to 4,314 people who have been put in jail, all because somebody was willing to help or give us a call, and we thank you for that.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will have the first half of this week's lineup, and we're going to talk about giving away a lot of money. Does that sound good?
Sounds good to me, unless it's my money we're giving away. You know, it could be a twofold thing.
Some of it may be your money. I wouldn't be surprised at that. We will be right back on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
Hi, I'm Katina Houston Stroud with Family Links, and this is the Family Tip of the Week. Today's tip is short, sweet, and to the point. Do you know any teens who just do enough to get by, who have time for YouTube but not homework or household chores, who aren't in any real trouble, they're just disengaged? A disengaged teen is like a Chinese finger trap. The harder you push, the more your teen resists. Parental concern that manifests as nagging does not help. Instead, start with understanding, which leads to productive interaction. To improve communication, how about you just zip it and listen? Avoid conversation killers such as criticizing, advising, ordering, threatening, and minimizing their feelings, using yourself as an example, or even attempting to persuade with logic. Remember, you want productive conversation and eventual self-reliance. Lecturing won't get you there. For more tips on how to improve communication with your teen, contact Family Links at 256-820-5911.
And welcome to this week's edition of Calhoun County's Most Wanted. First up in our lineup this week, Christopher Goodson. Mr. Goodson, last known to be living in Anniston, he's wanted for a failure to appear on possession of marijuana first. And this is Nicole Harmon. Ms. Harmon, last known to be living in Jacksonville, she's wanted on a probation violation for obstruction of justice by using a false ID. And we'd like you to meet Jeremy Lindsay. Mr. Lindsay, last known to be living in Anniston, he's wanted for a failure to appear on theft of property first. And here is Elliot Hudson. Mr. Hudson, last known to be living in Ohatchee, he's wanted on a probation violation for theft of property first. And take a look at Tiffany Champion. Miss Champion, last known to be living in Oxford, she's wanted on failure to appear for obstruction of justice by using a false ID. And last up for our first half, Jarena Young. Miss Young, last known to be living in Anniston, she's wanted for a failure to appear on selling alcohol without a permit. And that's it for the first half of the lineup. Stay tuned for the second half later in the show.
All right, we are back. We'll have the second half of this week's lineup for you here in just a little bit. But Sheriff, always great to start off a new year by giving away money, isn't it?
It is, once again, unless it's my money.
Right.
But, you know, if it's not my money, then if you're on the receiving end of that, that's always good. So.
Jennifer Maddox is with the Community Foundation of Northeast Alabama. Good to see you, Jennifer.
Good to see both of you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And I know you do enjoy being able to hand out a lot of money. I know you also work very, very hard to make sure that this money is really handed out in the right way and does a lot of good in our community.
Absolutely. The Community Foundation is very focused on donor intent and accomplishing what the donor wants.
Tell us about the foundation itself. A lot of people don't even know that the foundation exists. A lot of people that do know it exists don't really understand the purpose and mission.
So we are a not-for-profit organization that is the home for endowed charitable assets. And they are legacies, charitable legacies created by individuals like yourselves that benefit our community. So we take those gifts and we want to achieve positive change through those gifts in our community forever. And so we have pooled monies, funds that we have that make distributions on an annual basis, and we'll do so forever based on the gifts from the donors.
Wow. So I imagine you've got a wide variety of ideas from those donors about what they want their gifts to accomplish.
Absolutely. So we have, maybe 15 different types of funds that a donor can set up, from a fund that would benefit a specific not-for-profit organization forever, to a donor-advised fund that is very popular with individuals right now, where they can make the decision, different decisions every year forever on how they want their distributions to be made, to field of interest funds that will support grant opportunities for not-for-profits in our community, to scholarship funds, and those are some of the things we're going to talk about today.
And you may think, well, giving away money, that's easy, you know? It's not, is it?
Giving away money is easy. Giving away money prudently and effectively is very hard to do. A lot of individuals just say, well, I'm responsible for giving the money, not for the outcome. But what happens is if they don't focus on making sure that the outcome is what they intend, then it's just money that is here today and gone tomorrow. So we work very, very diligently with not-for-profit organizations in our community that receive the funds that we grant to them to ensure not only that is the donor intent accomplished, but that it's beneficial for the organizations. And when we work with donors, we make sure, a donor can say that they want something to happen, but if you think of it through, it's not the best gift for the community. And so
sometimes a donation can actually be harmful.
That is correct. That is correct. Doing something that takes away someone's dignity can be very harmful. So we work with donors to make sure that the gifts that they choose to give are the appropriate gifts for our community and the people that need it.
All right, well, thank you for the work that you do. Let's talk about some of this good news.
Okay, so the Community Foundation of Northeast Alabama is celebrating its 20th anniversary this year. And for many people that have been familiar with the Community Foundation, 20 years seems to have gone by pretty quickly, particularly those that helped create the Community Foundation. And so we have a great opportunity to honor our community in celebrating this 20th anniversary of the Community Foundation. And it is a new grant opportunity. So a not-for-profit organization in the 9 counties we serve. And so we serve DeKalb County, Cherokee, Cleburne, Etowah, Calhoun, St. Clair, Talladega, Clay, and Randolph. And so any not-for-profit organization or school or government entity can apply for a grant from us, and we want it to be their big idea. It can be anything. What is their big idea? So Matt, the Sheriff's Department could put in an application for a big idea that the Sheriff's Department has. The grant award, it'll be to one organization, is going to be $20,000 in honor of our 20th anniversary. And second place will get a $2,000 gift from us, because we know if you're going to ask for $20,000, that $2,000 is not going to help you make that happen. So it'll be just a gift. So just applying could get you a gift versus the grand prize of $20,000. Third prize is $200, and we'll have honorable mentions of $20. But this is a unique application because it's a video application. So you have to do it on a video, create a video of what your big idea is, and there's some things you have to address in your video, no more than 5 minutes, put it up on YouTube, and you submit that with the rest of your application with us. So the big piece of it is just the video application. It's not writing a bunch of stuff. We will have our normal process, what we call our pre-qualification. That ensures that the entity that's applying to us, if they were to be awarded the grant, would be capable of managing it. So they have to prove some things, like if they're a not-for-profit, that they have their IRS letter of determination, their governance, certain things. There's different things that would apply to government or schools.
Yeah. One thing I love about this idea is you're going to have one winner that gets the $20,000.
Yes.
But you're going to have lots of people who are thinking big ideas for their organization.
Right.
And even if they don't get $20,000 from the Community Foundation, they've got their big idea out there on YouTube, and somebody else may say, you know what, I love that idea, I'm going to make it happen.
Exactly, exactly, and even within their organizations. So the donors to their own organizations can say, wow, you know, I could get behind this idea, and they could move forward without us to do something within their own organization. So we're really excited about doing this, and the pre-applications are due March 20th, and then we give them till June to put the final application and the video application together, and then we will have a final decision November 1st, and that's going to be unique. So the not-for-profits that submit, or the entities that submit to us, they will be invited to join us at the Oxford Performing Arts Center on November the 1st, the evening of November the 1st. And we are going to show a montage of all the applications in the theater on the big screen at OPAC. And then we will do kind of like a little mini Oscar thing, and we will show the complete video of the third place and then second place, and then we'll do the big reveal of the first place winner. So it's going to be a wonderful evening. It'll be by invitation only to come based on who applies. But we really are hoping that this will be something that will ignite our community and be something that the Community Foundation can do to give back to our community.
Awesome. All right, we need to take a quick break, but I want to hear more. We will be back in just a few moments. We'll have the second half of this week's lineup here on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
And welcome to the second half of our lineup. First up this half, Lester Ledlow. Mr. Ledlow, last known to be living in Anniston, he's wanted for failure to pay on robbery first. And meet Brolin Pace. Mr. Pace, last known to be living in Jacksonville, he's wanted on bond revocations for possession of a controlled substance and use and possession of drug paraphernalia. And meet Chelsea Taylor. Miss Taylor, last known to be living in Leesburg, she's wanted for failure to appear on use and possession of drug paraphernalia ×2. And here is Dwayne Gaddy. Mr. Gaddy, last known to be living in Anniston, he's wanted for failure to pay on breaking and entering a vehicle. And last up in our lineup this week, Tia Taylor. Taylor, last known to be living in Anniston, she's wanted for failure to appear on possession of a controlled substance. And that's it for our lineup this week. If you know the whereabouts of these folks, please give us a call at Crime Stoppers. That number 256-238-1414.
All right, we are back, and we've been talking about giving away money. Now, Sheriff, something that you and I both have in common. We got kids that are getting ready to graduate high school and move on to college.
Yes, and that's, you know, sad but happy, a joyous occasion for them, I guess.
Yeah.
Expensive.
Expensive. And Jennifer Maddox is with us, the Community Foundation of Northeast Alabama. We've been talking about this big idea for the 20th anniversary, and we'll give some people some details on how they can apply for that in just a second. But first, tell us about these scholarships for high school seniors.
And how we can apply.
Absolutely. So the Community Foundation has a variety of scholarship funds created by donors who want to help students advance in their education. And this year, in 2019, we have about $70,000 in scholarship money that can be awarded. Most of our scholarships are renewable, so you get a piece of the scholarship award every year for the 4 years that you're in college. Some of them are one-time gifts. We have two of them that are really of interest. A new one, Mr. Harlan C. Jones, a resident here in Oxford, left money to create a scholarship, and that's a $20,000 scholarship over 4 years, so $5,000 a year. That's a significant amount for a student that's going to Jacksonville State University. That would really be able to help them in their scholarship. And then there's the Sachs Scholarship. Mr. and Mrs. Sachs left money to an individual that goes to Sachs High School. And so it's just for them at Sachs High School. There's a variety of other ones you can look on our website. We have something called Scholarship Central. So not only do we have the information on our website of our scholarships that we're offering and how to apply for ours, but there's also resources for all the other scholarships we know about in this community, as well as all of them in the region, and some in the state, and some national. So you get lots of
website on the screen here so everybody can see that.
Absolutely. It's www.yourcommunityfirst.org. When you go to our website, click on scholarships, scholarships. It'll take you to Scholarship Central, and you can spend a lot of time. Moms and dads can access it at any time of the day or night, so can the kids, and you can apply directly online for any of our scholarships through that website.
That's very good. And lots of grants as well.
Yes, we have about 300,000-ish in grants that we can distribute from what we call field of interest funds. These are funds that are started by donors that say that I have a particular interest in helping with health care in the community, or the arts in the community, or with youth and children in the community. Mr. Jones had one of those types of funds as well. So not-for-profit organizations can apply for grants that fall under the criteria for each one of those types of funds. They need to have a pre-application in by February the 15th. And we do have a workshop that they can come to that helps them with their pre-application, and that's going to happen later this month. They need to contact the Community Foundation office, give us a call. Our phone number's on our website, and say that they want to register to come to our training, and we can help them with both the pre-application and the application for one of our grant opportunities.
All right, so again, we started out talking about the 20th anniversary for the foundation, and the $20,000 that you've got for somebody with a big idea. And if there's somebody out there saying, me, I got a big idea for my nonprofit or whatever, how do they get that idea in? Okay,
so again, our website, and look under grants, and they will see the Big Idea Grant as an option to click on to learn more about, and then they can, from there, start the application process. But they must start the application process before March 20th.
Okay, so we got a little bit of time.
Right, and if they have any questions, go to our website, look under our staff. All of our staff are listed there, our phone number's there. They can email us, they can call us. We'll be glad to help them get involved in applying.
How are we seeing in the community as far as generosity these days? Are we seeing a lot of people making donations?
People are very generous in general, but more generous in the South. People do a really good job of being generous for their churches, and I see a lot of people that care about that and make sure that they take care of that. But they're very generous to their community too. The Community Foundation has grown significantly over the last 7 years that I have been at the foundation, and it has to do with donor generosity. So, gentlemen, if you haven't already started your fund with us, feel free to come and talk to me about it.
All right, great. And you're located right there downtown?
Downtown Anniston on the corner of 12th and Quintard.
Jennifer, thank you very much. And
thank you.
Hope you hear some wonderful ideas, and I hope that more than one of them becomes true.
I'd love to come back and talk to you about the applications. How's that?
Awesome.
Okay.
All right. We'll be back in just a second. We will have the Crime Stoppers segment of the show, talk about some property crimes that we need your help in solving, and we'll have our Crazy Criminal of the Week on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
And welcome to the Crime Stoppers portion of our show, where we ask you to help our investigators with the following cases. First up, on December 18th, a local resident reported a scam where the person received a check for $5,000. This person had been corresponding through a job search website. The resident was told to deposit the check into the victim's bank account. The person then sent $3,250 to the scammer through eBay gift cards, and as was requested by the scammer. This transaction was completed, and the bank later learned the check was fraudulent, leaving the resident for a loss of $3,250. Stay alert for all those scams. And sometime between December 18th and December 19th, numerous vehicles were broken into. This happened on McDaniel Street, Wilkerson, Bradford, Snow Circle, Martin Luther King Drive area of Anniston. Stolen were wallets and cell phones and money. Sometime on December 23rd, a burglary was reported at a storage facility on Friendship Road in Oxford. Numerous household items were stolen, including a box full of Blu-ray videos, red and white Silvertone guitar, Desert Rose china. All were stolen from that location. And on December 24th, a car wash on Highway 431 was burglarized. Currency, large red toolbox, and contents, along with a propane heater and 3 vacuum motors, were stolen from the car wash. And sometime between December 19th and December 27th, a storage unit was broken into. Storage unit located on Highway 78 East in Anniston. A Kennedy toolbox, red Craftsman 3-tier toolbox, 3 air conditioner units, 3 bench grinders, and miscellaneous motorcycle parts were stolen from that location. And on December 31st, Mail and a package were taken from a mailbox on Burgess Drive in Anniston. A Nissan Altima with 2 males and 2 children were seen at the mailbox taking the contents. On January 1st of 2019, a male entered a retail business on Highway 21 in Oxford and stole 3 bottles of liquor. He was seen leaving the business in a light-colored Ford Escape. And that's it for your Crime Stoppers portion of the show. If you have any information on these cases, and we hope you do, please give us a call at Crime Stoppers. That number, 256-238-1414. Remember, we want your information and not your name.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
All right, so our crazy criminal this week, we actually have several people, I don't know who they are, but risking their lives apparently, and maybe other people's lives over some chicken fingers. You may have heard about this.
I haven't heard about it. I haven't.
Apparently it happened in Cherokee County.
Really?
And supposedly it was posted on their Facebook page, but I went to their Facebook page, I couldn't find the post. So I don't know, I saw it on a national news site, but apparently a truck overturned up in Cherokee County and boxes of chicken fingers were littering the road, and they had to post online to tell people to stop trying to pick up the chicken fingers and steal the chicken fingers. They're causing traffic problems. And
I mean, so that's kind of like roadkill, isn't it? I mean, if it hits the ground, I mean,
I would think. And I certainly hope that when I'm going down to the grocery store to buy some chicken fingers or going to the restaurant to buy some chicken fingers, they're not chicken fingers that were along the road in Cherokee County.
you know,
Yeah.
I just go to the store and buy them. But
Yeah,
that's just
there we
me.
go. All right, well, that's all the time that we've got for this week. We'll be looking for you again next week, but hopefully not in the lineup and hopefully not with some roadkill chicken fingers.
It might be
on Calhoun County's
finger
Most
good.
Wanted. Yeah.